What's up, everybody? Welcome back with another episode of Fourth Quarter Sports, featuring your boy as the host and debater, Ryan. I got my boy Eves over there. Mike, we have a special guest. My man right there, Mike. Fellas, we just came off watching probably one of the worst Super Bowl performances we've ever seen. Now, we can go take this a lot of ways, but my first question that I want to throw out there is obviously Seattle had a great defense. Drake May couldn't go nowhere. What do y'all think was the success keys to why Seattle Seahawks had such a great defense in yesterday's Super Bowl game? Eves, I'll start with you, bro.
Man, defense wins championships. We see it time after time again. I think the biggest takeaway from this game is just that Seattle pass rush. Seattle secondary was amazing. They held their own. They really didn't let anybody play too well from New England's receiving standpoint. But that pass rush was amazing. They made your boy, the rookie from LSU, Will Campbell, that man gave up 12 quarterback pressures. Every time you look, 66 was on the ground. He was getting pushed backwards. He was a little kid out there, man. It's really sad to see a rookie player, somebody that got drafted so highly, have such a bad game. Hopefully he bounces back. I do think if he moves inside the guard, he'll have a better chance of succeeding. As you saw, just the short arms, you can't really last at the left tackle in the NFL playing like that. Drake May had no chance. Of course, he did kind of throw the game with that late interception. He had them in a position to still have a chance to win the game going in late. Nobody really scored too much, really low-scoring game. But when you constantly get rushed and killed like that on the offensive line, you can't afford a late turnover like that. It's a simple crossing route. If it's there, throw it. If not, take it to the ground, throw it away. You just can't make that pass at that moment in this game. Unacceptable play by Drake May. Definitely a young player making a rookie mistake, a sophomore mistake. Hopefully he grows from this a lot, but that's Seattle defense, man. That pass rush, they're going to be a force to reckon with.
I think the defense was crazy from Seattle. But, the Patriots offense just sucked that night. Let's just call it what it is, man. Like, I think every time we turned around, it was somebody in the backfield. I don't know what happened. Drake May was in prison. I don't know. He was in prison, bro. Like he couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. They couldn't get nothing going. Everything I thought that what was gonna happen didn't happen. And hey, it was a bad performance. A bad performance from the Patriots. I was kind of like disappointed. I was actually, hoping Drake May put up a fight. I guess he came around later in the game, but a little too late and $1 short.
Yeah, man. I'll say this by shouting out the coach, Mike McDonald. He's the third youngest head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl at age 38. Mike Tomlin and Sean McVay did it at 36. So big salute to him, and I'll give a big salute to the running back Kenneth Walker III. He had 27 carries on 135 yards. That's the most yards since Terrell Davis back in 1997 at Super Bowl 32. So we're talking about a Seattle defense that made Drake May look like a second-year player. It's like when you got a guy who's a freshman in high school or in college and this is his first time playing, that's how he looked.
Yeah.
Scrambling. Just throw him into the water with sharks and he's going to get captured.
Thanks.
Patriots front line and here's the thing about football and having a good offensive line. If you don't have a good offensive line, in my opinion, you automatically lose the game.
Yeah.
You automatically lose the game. We talking about a front line that they broke through to change every play from the first play of the game. Right? He had the most sacks in this postseason. He passed Joe Burrow on that this past postseason. And we're talking about a young guy who the Patriots, he did pretty well during the regular season. But when it got down to this crunch time, the Seattle showed why their defense was so elite. That game was predicated on defense all the way because Sam Darnold didn't have the best game. And Stephon Diggs, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Ease.
Look at the box score. You will see Sam Darnold threw for 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 50% completion. Box score watching, Drake May had the better game. 295, 62% completion, 2 touchdowns. Did have the 2 interceptions. But just looking at the box score, you would think with a stat line like this, the Patriots would have had a chance. But like you said, man, they got
What
beat
does
up
that
from the overlook
include,
snap.
though? 25 yards. That can include like little flip passes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it and you got, all right, so I'm a Vikings fan, right? And so when you got Kirk Cousins throwing for 400 yards and you still lose by 14 points, it's like, God dang.
Yeah.
It should be like, dang, okay, like I get it. Like he threw for 400, but we still lost by 14 points.
Yeah, so Dak Prescott yards.
Yeah, like I want to win. Forget how many yards I want them to win. Like,
You want to win.
295 yards. I don't even think Stephon Diggs showed up last night. Well, I don't know.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, it goes back to the front line for Drake May. I mean, if he can't get the ball out there, I mean, you could have Jerry Rice and Randy Moss out there. If he can't get you the ball because the offensive line can't block, it just won't matter. Now, should he be frustrated? I'm sure he is. He probably didn't go to sleep last night because I mean, he had 3 receptions.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl player, all world, one of the best to in the game.
No,
Couldn't
you
get the
talking
ball.
about Stephon?
Stephon Diggs.
I
Stephon
mean,
Diggs.
yeah, and he took
You know?
L's all weekend.
Yeah. It's just like it's just like it's just like your favorite player, not shooting the ball enough to win the game, right? It's just you gotta give your best player the ball to even give a chance, but it does start up front. So one thing about Sam Darnold, I know he bounced around a couple stats to throw out there. He's the first quarterback in NFL history to win a Super Bowl with his 15.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He got drafted 3rd overall pick in 2018. That's the same draft Lamar Jackson came from. That's the same draft Josh Allen came from. 2 great quarterbacks, both MVP players. Right now, he started Panthers to 49ers to the Vikings, and now with the Seahawks. The question is, could you rank them? Right? Is it a hell of a comeback story? What do you think?
Yeah, I think, man, Sam Darnold earned his respects. He was laughed at for seeing ghosts in New York, for kind of failing out of the draft class. He was the 3rd overall pick behind Baker before Josh Rosen. He just kind of was just a mediocre quarterback. I'm saying, man, he went over there, got in San Francisco, got in the Shanahan offense, got comfortable, then was lucky enough to go to Minnesota, throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, throw the ball to Jay Jettas, play in that dome, build the confidence up, be in a successful system. And hey, you saw, man, it turned around, man. I think everybody just shows that everybody just needs a good situation to really have a chance to thrive. He has a team that believes in him now, a team that wants him to be there. He just got a brand new contract last night, man. He just played himself to be a brand new contract. That 1-year prove-it deal, 2-year prove-it deal he was on, to no more of that. Sam Darnold is a franchise quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league. Pushes away in the top 5. But he's definitely a solidified top 10 quarterback. He played good. He delivered in the big moments. He came up shaky last year. That was still the kind of the talking point. He had this great regular season, but when it was crunch time, he fell apart. This year, all postseason, he had the same opportunity to fall apart. He went toe-to-toe with the MVP with Matt Stafford a couple weeks ago and delivered. He went toe-to-toe, not even toe-to-toe, he beat up the 2nd place MVP runner-up. So he proved his point, man. He's here. He belongs to be here. I just think that he's finally in a situation with a team that believes in him. Top 10 quarterback in my eyes, man. I think he's a made man now.
Top 10.
Top 10. What do you think, Mike? Where would you put Sam Darnold after his comeback performance, his 15, being in that same draft class as, like I said, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, great, MVPs of the league. Where would you put him right now with this comeback story? Like, how would you rank him?
Man, I really can't hate too much because he took my Viking team to be like a 14-5 team, 13-3 team. So I can't hate too much.
He can't, yeah.
But then again, I'm like, Sam Darnold. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, because he's been on multiple teams. So I don't know. Like maybe, but it goes back to maybe he found his right fit. Maybe he went into a team where he connects with the offensive coordinator, connects with the head coach, and he getting it done. You know, I don't know if he's in my top 10. You know, but he's a top 25. I think he could get a gold jacket if he wins one more.
Yeah.
If he wins one more, he'll get a gold jacket. And I'm saying he'll get a gold jacket because Eli Manning got a gold jacket and Peyton Manning gonna get a gold jacket.
So let me ask you guys this then. Quick little game. I'll name a quarterback. You tell me. Are you taking to go into next year? Are you taking this quarterback? You taking Sam Darnold?
What quarterback? Between who?
But we'd like to see. First one on my list. Are you guys taking C.J. Stroud? Are you taking Sam Darnold?
I'm taking Sam Darnold.
I'm gonna take Sam Darnold. Yeah.
10 days out of 10?
I'm gonna take Sam Darnold, yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because, I mean, number one, yeah, he got a championship, right? And he's been in the league a little longer, more mature. One thing about Sam Darnold, he shows you his progressions. The work you hear about every locker room that every team he's been to, the locker room, he's a stand-up guy, right? He's a team guy, right? You hear his teammates talk very well about him from everywhere he's been. Right. So that showed his progression on Sunday night showed why he has the capability to have more in the tank,
Okay.
right? To get better. You know what I'm saying? Not to say CJ Stroud is still a young guy. He's figuring himself out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Houston is a distraction outside of the football field. That's another story for itself, right? You know what I'm saying? I know he cut his hair, he's trying to have a new look, but I think what has gone on for CJ Stroud this past season will he'll come back to the lab and work on his game, study plays, study his really dissect his quarterbacking skills to come back for next season. But Sam Darnold's kind of already there. And I think him winning the Super Bowl will even elevate his play going forward. Because when you bounce around from team to team, you learn a lot.
Yeah, going
Right.
the system.
You learn a lot. You go through a lot of dark times, but it builds you up. It's how you respond to it. And it seemed like Sam Darnold responded, and obviously it helps when you have a great defense, your team as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm surprised for sure. Like this, to look up and see, to see Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl, it's like, dang. And he's been on multiple teams, so it's kind of like, usually there's like a connotation between people who just hop from team to team to team. It's almost like, dang, they just going from team to team, backup quarterback. When you need somebody, you do it, all right. But then when he started getting into like starter positions and started performing, I'm like, oh, okay, But then the pop up in the Super Bowl really took me back. I was like, dang, all right, maybe he's here for a reason, right? Maybe he's here for a reason.
Yeah.
But also, my theory still stands with the Patriots. So my theory is, every time they make it to the Super Bowl and they got to play a team for the second time in the Super Bowl, they lose.
So I'm gonna ask you guys this. I got another question for you. I'm kind of on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Played. I think they played the Giants twice and lost once.
Both times.
They lost both times.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played the Seahawks. Who else did they play? Who else did they play? Eagles, Seahawks, and Giants. At least they played each other twice. They won one, lost one, or lost both.
Yeah. Yep.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Good analysis.
You got a point.
Yeah.
You got a point. Yeah, you got a point. So let me ask you fellas this then. On to my next question. Who is to blame for the New England Patriots offensive struggles? Are you blaming Drake May? Are you blaming the offensive line? Are you blaming the offensive coordinator? Start with you, Mike.
Well, I'm a coach myself too, and it always starts with the coach. So whenever your team lose, the coach has got to take fault. Because somewhere in the game plan, something was not happening right. They went from, I don't want to say organized QB runs, but more so a spread type of style where he had the ability to escape the pocket and run, use his legs a little bit more. Obviously, whatever they decided to use this past Sunday was not working. Either Drake May was scared to just run the ball, or they was really on him, like white on rice. I mean, it was like, like, I don't know. But I blame the coach. I'm going coach. I'm going coach. And then it's like it's a trickle down effect.
So you blame Mike Braybrule for some of the decision makers on the offensive end, some of the plays,
Yeah.
maybe not switching out. What do you think, Eves?
Let's see.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But you kind of, you don't got to, but you kind of do in a sense with a sophomore QB, right? A sophomore QB is not super hip to be at the line and see all the mixes and matches right then and there. I don't know how much work he's putting in the off season. Maybe he's putting in a lot of work, but it takes a QB. It takes time for a QB to get to the line and just say, "Hey, okay, we're gonna zero here on him. He's the Mike. I know he's blitzing because of how he's standing, or they doing like a switch at the line." It takes time to get to know that and understand that. So if the coach is not communicating in the ear and let him know what they're seeing, and for him to adjust, then you get 16 sacks in a game because no one's telling him to adjust. And he don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
He may not know what he's looking at because they're throwing something different.
Yeah, that's tough. What do you think, Eves?
Man, I find it hard to blame Josh McDaniels, man. He went to 9 Super Bowls, won a plethora of them. He's an amazing offensive mind. And he put in the game plan to help Drake May. There's a lot of chips from the tight end, a lot of option routes. Travion Henderson blew up one of the linebackers on a quick little block one time. It was a lot of game plans that went into the New England, a lot that went to New England script to try to negate the pass rush. But man, we all play football. When you can rush 4 and get home consistently rushing 4, you got to blame the O-line. Like I said, man, Will Campbell was getting embarrassed out there. And I hate kicking the man while he's down. I think that's the worst thing you can do. Like, judge a man when he's up. Don't judge him by his lowest points. But that was embarrassing. And then to walk out the stage, you don't address the media. You don't take any questions. You go and you hide in your locker. When you know you're the reason that your team lost the biggest game of the year, you got to blame Will Campbell. You got to blame the whole left side of the line, but mainly Will. Man, I can't chip, slide protection. You're getting chips, you're getting blocks. We're in 2 tight end sets. We're in 12 personnel. We're doing everything possible to make your job as easy for you as possible. But you can't block anybody. When you can't block, you can't win, man.
He probably had like a -1 pass rating.
They said Bad Bunny traveled more than he did in a halftime show. Drake May did. That was funny. I seen it on the internet.
More yards than Drake May.
he traveled about 124 yards in the halftime show. More than Drake made it. That was funny.
Shout out to Bad Bunny though. That was a good halftime performance.
Yeah,
shout out to Bad Bunny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I didn't know what he was saying, but the vibes was lit, man. I was that jump chopped in, hit a little merengue.
And I'm at a party and they said they put the captions in English, but it was still showing in Spanish. So I'm just like Bob, and I'm just like,
Bob, man, good time music
for sure. So my next question, fellas, is about the halftime show. Actually, kind of set me right into the next. Where do you rank this halftime performance? I'll start by saying I think it was the vibe of the halftime performance was amazing. Obviously, Bad Bunny. He's worldwide. He's very well known from Puerto Rico. I think we know some of his songs from playing on the radio. We don't know what he's saying, right? But I think he showed the culture. I think he showed, the culture where he's from. I love the dancing. I love he had a little bit of where he's from as far as the food, and starting off with, the workers on the field, so where I would rank this, would I put in the top 10? Probably not. But it was good. I think it was worth it. And I think it was good because it showed that the NFL is all about being a global brand. I think this was a business move by Rock Nation and Roger Goodell. Now, understanding that a lot of NFL games from this season and beyond are going to be played in Europe. They're going to be played other places because, listen, the NFL is a global brand. They want to make money. They don't want to make USA money. They want to make everywhere money. Right? So you get somebody like Bad Bunny to perform, it draws more attraction to the league from other places. And that's exactly what they were trying to do. Do people like it? Who cares? The NFL prints money every day. Literally, they're printing money right now. right? Season's over and they still print money. So when it comes to that, who's next? I think I can throw out a couple names. Who's next? But I think the person that should be next is Chris Brown. I think he's a legend. I think he's honestly the number one performer in the world. He's one of the best, probably the best to ever do it. A lot of people say he's up there with Michael Jackson, right? But as far as ranking this performance, I'm gonna start with you, Mike. Where would you rank this performance halftime show from
Man,
your perspective?
like you said though, I don't think it was it wasn't a bad performance. It was a great performance. Like I'm definitely going maybe top 15. Top 15. But then again, as I think about that, I can't even remember the last 15 Super Bowl performances. All I really remember is Kendrick and 50 Cent. So
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, and the weekend had a good performance.
Yeah, Usher had a good performance.
Usher had a good performance. 50 had a good performance with the brought out Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick,
Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
Beyonce,
Yep.
Bruno Mars. Like, I mean, so we get there as we count them off. So I guess top 15 or maybe top 10 for me, hands down best. Like you said, couldn't understand what he was saying, but I knew it was a powerful moment.
Yeah.
I knew that
Yeah.
the things and while he was performing in the background, he was doing told a story. And there was actually I'm not sure if this is true, but looking on social media, the little boy who he gave the football to or whatever he did in the video was actually the little boy from the ice situation.
That's
And
pretty cool.
so
I know
that's very powerful too, to even reach out to grab the little boy to put him in the halftime Super Bowl show, right? And then when you think about it from another aspect too of what I've seen on social media that I didn't know if it's true or not, but that marriage we seen was a real wedding.
the real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
give him top 10. He may actually be top 5 because I ain't never seen that happen before, like a real wedding.
It was very creative. I say that.
Yeah,
for
very
sure.
creative. And I'm a huge Kendrick fan, so now I think everybody who's like moving throughout boxes and squares, Kendrick did that. So it's like yeah, I get it. I love the performance though. I love the performance though.
Yeah. What about you, Eves? What you
Yeah,
think, man?
I think me personally, and I'm gonna start by saying I'm not a halftime guy. I like football. I like hits. I like big catches. I like big plays. I'm not into football for a concert. Never been my cup of tea.
You go to the locker room. You're in the locker room too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in there with the
you
players.
take a
I'm
break.
giving the speech.
You step away for a minute, take a break.
Yeah, I'm
Back to the
grilling.
grill.
Yeah.
I'm on the grill getting the food right. I'm pouring the drinks. I might be praying depending on how parlay looking. I think I'm doing. I'm not in front of the TV watching the halftime show. So I'm gonna stay home. But I heard it. The vibes was good. For me walking in and forth, back and forth in the room, visuals looked amazing. Everybody else enjoyed the ambiance and the view of the show, so everybody enjoyed themselves. So I had no complaints from it at all. Was it my cup of tea? No, but I'm not a halftime show guy. I think the symbolism was good. What I'm reading, what I'm saying about what he did, like you said, the little kid, the wedding. He shouted out all of the Spanish countries in America. He even gave mention to Jamaica, to Haiti, to DR, people that aren't really seen as typically Hispanic countries, but still kind of showing them in the unity. I guess with just being islands or being coastal.
Deeper story. Deeper story.
Yeah, it was so much
way deeper context to it.
It was symbolism. It was so much going on to show that, hey, I'm all for it, man. Anything that gives speaks up for a group that's not spoken for, I love it, man. He did for himself, for his people this year, kind of like what Kendrick did for us. What Kendrick kind of did and united the people, put on this show that was more than the show. It was deeper than rap. It was really for the culture. It was a big moment. I felt if he did the same thing for his culture and his community, so hey, I can't hate on him, man. More power to him. I guess I would say, I think top 10 is a good place for it to be. Like you said, 50 Cent did his thing last year. Kendrick did his thing. The Weeknd did a good show. Shout out to Janet Jackson. Good show in my eyes, man. They got me motivated.
Shakira.
Yes, I love it, man. So yeah, if you want to say top 10, top 5, no argument for me.
Yeah, and also I'll be remiss not to add that he also showed the different type of skin tones when you do speak Spanish too.
True.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty insightful too, to show somebody that's as brown as you, Eves, or as light as me and Ryan, or as dark as Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
still speaking Spanish.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yep. And very informative. I got the stats here. It said Bad Bunny was the most. He surpassed 84 billion on YouTube. But overall, he drew in about 135 million viewers, making it the most watched halftime performance of all time, surpassing Kendrick Lamar from last year. So
Is he the number one spot?
he's the number one spot right now.
Ain't
The
numbers
number one
talk, man.
spot.
Right?
Ito.
Yeah. Right. So it just, like I said, and great points on both guys. It talks about, I'll add in, like I said, it's a business move for the NFL. The NFL is always looking to expand its global brand, and this is the start of it.
Yeah.
I think we'll have more international artists coming in to do this. Right?
Yeah.
So, but cool. Well, we'll take a quick intermission. Eves, I know you're the over and under guy, the big better guy. Man, tell me about what you got going on as far as next up for the over and under.
Man, so the NBA, man, it's heating up. As you guys know, the season, we're past the trade deadline. We're coming into All-Star break. Things are getting hot in the NBA, man. If you haven't been watching the season so far, definitely recommend tapping in. It's a great amount of young talent. Still some vets carrying the league, man. It's a lot to see. So if you haven't been watching, this is your sign to go watch. We have some good games on the slate for tonight. We do have the Grizzlies versus the Warriors, the Thunder against the Lakers, and then we got the best team in the league, the Philadelphia 76ers against the Portland Trail Blazers. What we're doing tonight, man, we are going to take the Grizzlies over the Warriors. The Grizzlies are a little bit more healthier right now. I think Ja is mad. He's upset. His teams let him down. They traded his second best player and his third best player. They got rid of Jaren and Desmond Bain. I think even if it's not Ja himself, he lights a fire with his young teammates. Like, hey, these guys believe in you. This is your chance. We might be tanking. You guys might not be here next year. It might be a whole new team next year. Go out there, put some good film out there. I like the Grizzlies tonight against the Warriors. It hates for me to say it. You guys know I'm riding with Brian any day of the week, but I think OKC gets the upset over the Lakers here, even without Shea. Pick a big game from J-Dub. I really think Chet has his fingers all over the game here, man. As we know, the Lakers have had kind of a weak big man in depth ever since Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee in the bubble. I expect a big game from Chet and J-Dub. So I'm taking the Thunder over the Lakers. And then lastly, man, it's not too hard to think about it. I'm going to tell you every week, 76ers money line. If Embiid is playing, ride with Philly. We up, we good, trust the process. It's tatted on me for a reason, man. So yeah, we're going Grizzlies, we're going Thunders, and we're going Philly.
Hey. And there you have it. Philly all day. So you're picking the Grizzlies over the Warriors. Is that what you're telling me?
I am.
And you're saying John Morant's going to come out with a vengeance.
I think that, I think Ja, this is more of a, it's hard to say a leadership game because there's no number to qualify leadership. But I think that Ja is trying to prove his point that, hey, this is my team, this is my city. As much as you guys want to tear this down and restart and move on, whatever the case may be, I'm going to do everything possible to make it as hard as you guys to tear this down. I think Ja lights a fire tonight, man. Whether it's himself or whether he just leads the charge. Yeah, I don't even think Ja is still out tonight. Ja's still gonna be out tonight most likely. So yeah, I think from the bench, he gets the troops going up. The Warriors still don't have Curry, if I'm not corrected. I think he's still out. I think the Grizzlies have the better chances with their depth to overcome the Warriors.
You muted, Mike.
Am I gonna be the first one to say it?
Go ahead and say it.
I love Ja, but he is a day late and a dollar short.
Might
Next
be
year,
true.
he may be gone. He may Ja just may be gone next year. Just like how the Hornets put your guy as the sixth man. It may be the same story. I don't know yet. He may be throwing the bombs in Miami. I don't know.
The Hornets are looking good.
I don't know. But I think Ja's time in with the Grizzlies is coming to an end. I personally think it's coming to an end. How long has he been with the Grizzlies?
I believe year 5 or 6.
Okay, so
Yep.
you compare his time with the Grizzlies and you compare Anthony Edwards' time with the Wolves.
That's not even the same.
I'm taking AE every day of the week.
Yeah.
Every day over Ja. And they low key kind of play the same position. Maybe AE play off the ball a little bit more than Ja, but AE brings the ball up equivalent, some more than often up the court too. But I'm taking AE over Ja any day. And they've been in the league. I think AE's been in the league a little bit shorter than Ja. Maybe by a year or two. Or maybe to say they got spent the amount of same times in a year.
I mean, that's the best American in the league. There's not many people better than. It's not many people better than Anthony Edwards.
It's not, man. Now, if you want to talk about a face of the league, he's the next face of the league. Once he wins a championship, he got the charisma and the swagger to be the face of the league.
The league won't let that happen, man.
But it's gonna happen. It always happens how they don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
What
Well,
you
I'll
about
tell
to
y'all guys
say? What you about to say?
I'll wrap up with this. John Morant is averaging 19 points a game. It's his 6th year in the league. Now, this season haven't been the best. I've stated that before. He needs to be available. He's been hurt. Outside of that, the whole situations off the court is kind of what's hurting him. Here's what I tell you guys: when he's on the court and he's hooping, he's a threat, right? Does he need to be traded? Should he be traded? Absolutely. I think he needs a new space. I think he needs to be around some more veterans. I need to get out of Memphis. Memphis is a city as we know it that's not the best as far as the environment from what we know. But back on John Morant, he has to work on his game. And let me tell you why, because as you said, SGA is here, Ant-Man is here, Tyrese Maxey's here, Jalen Brunson's here, right? We got guys that are getting better, but he's not elevating his game. He should be in the All-Star game this year, right? He should be averaging close to 30 this year. We should be talking about him as one of the elite guards up there with Jalen Brunson and SGA and those guys. So when it comes to John Morant, that's the next steps he's going to make. But I think he'll make those next steps somewhere else.
For sure.
Could it be Miami? I like him by Miami. They need a point guard. I like him in Houston. I like him New York. I like him somewhere where he's going to be around other veterans that can actually make it happen for him and with him and show him. Because right now he's the only guy on the team that's box office.
Yeah.
Right. So, but back to NFL. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
But do you think, like looking at Ja, right? Do you think he got the capabilities to say, "Hey, get on my back"? And
we saw it. We saw it in Murray State. We saw his first couple years in the league. We saw him take Desmond Bain and Jared. We saw him take.
You said Murray State.
We saw him in college and the NBA.
It's the NBA.
We saw a healthy John Morant before all the shenanigans and all the nonsense. When he had a team, honestly, man, the fall off of John Morant happened when they lost Dylan Brooks. I don't know what it is about Dylan Brooks, what he brings to teams, that tenacity, that energy, that Draymond Green enforcer. Hey, I got you. You do your job. I'll take care of everything else. When they lost Dylan Brooks, it's like the heart and soul of that team left.
Didn't they get rid of Bain too?
Yeah, they got rid of Bain. They got rid of Jaren Jackson. They tore the whole team down.
So that's the job. It's the fall of the Memphis Grizzlies because of the GM. Like, what is he doing? Yeah. He got rid of Dylan Brooks and got rid of Bain, the two kind of enforcers on the team, to leave Ja by himself. John's a
Exactly.
good player, but Kobe needed a Shaq. Kobe needed a Paul Gasol. Jordan needed a Pippen. And I would go to say Anthony Edwards needed a what's his name? The forward.
Julius Randle.
Julius
Julius
Randle.
Randle.
Come on now.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Jackson Jr. just got traded to Utah Jazz, right? So that core guys are going, right? So when he got traded at the NBA deadline, we know for a fact John Morant is going to go somewhere else. They're going to get some first round draft picks. Here's the problem with John Morant right now. His value is so low because he's not playing well.
Yeah.
So it goes back to what you said, Eves. Like he has to play the rest of the season to skyrocket his value. Right. So you're over and under spot on, but he has to play. And when he plays, he needs to go for 30 a night.
Yeah.
Win or lose. Because right now, if I'm a GM of any team that John Morant is available to some of what I would want him, yeah, but I'm not giving up my team for him. I'm not giving up my core guys. I'll put him in there. If he want to come to the Wizards, I'll give you all my young guys. I'll give you some young guys, but I want some first round draft picks and some cash compensation for him. But I'm not gutting my team for a player like that.
Hey, man, all I'm going to say, my last point on this John Morant topic, when John Morant pulls a Sam Darnold, nobody be surprised. Y'all remember this day, remember this conversation. We're going to see the NBA version of Sam Darnold and John Morant. Give him a team that believes in them, a good situation, and be a whole new narrative.
Well, just like the song said, wake me up when it's all over.
Yeah. Yeah. I think John Morant is one team away from elevating, though, and we'll see over the summer. That's what it comes down to. Between him and Giannis, I think John Morant and going somewhere where a team is good, they're established, good coaching, and he has guys in the locker room that can hold him accountable. He's not the alpha male. There's other alpha males that can hold him and keep him in check. Some players need that, and he's one of them.
Yeah, I would like to see him in LA, but I don't think he'll the LA life. I don't know. If he done all that in Memphis, I don't know about LA. But I would love to see him in LA. I would love to see him in LA. For sure.
Next. Well, cool. Well, last topic, transition back into the NFL, fellas. Do you see with the Seattle Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, right? This is our second Super Bowl. They won one with the Legion of Boom, that great team with Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson and those boys. Do you see them building a dynasty here? Do you see them winning another Super Bowl? Do you see them back in the Super Bowl next year or even having a chance of being one of the elite teams next season? I'll start with you, Mike.
Honestly, when I think of the Seattle Seahawks, I think they're a great program, great team. But I just compare them to Milwaukee, the Bucks. Winning one, taking a little longer than expected to get to the next one. Like they had their season, they had the guy, they won. I don't know if I see them coming back again. Maybe in the next 5 years they'll come back, but definitely not next year. Cause you gotta think about, like, Mahomes is pissed off.
Yeah.
You can't forget about him. You got Lamar Jackson still itching. Josh Allen was right there. So I don't know. Like I next year, I got the guys from Kansas City. I don't see the Seahawks getting back next year. I see them if they keep the team together, making a good run. But next, I think guys like, just pissed off that they go to the Super Bowl. Guys from Kansas City for sure.
What about you, Eves?
Man, I think Seattle has a great infrastructure. They drafted well the last couple of years, last 4 years actually, starting with Charles Cross, JSN. They got the safety out there. Yeah, they do a good job drafting. They have a good structure, from a franchise basis. But I do think the loss of their coach Kubiak, the offensive coordinator, going to take the job in Vegas, I think that would have a big impact. I'm kind of about to contradict myself. Sam Darnold was playing great. He had 2 great OCs the last year. Let's see how he bounces back with a new OC, new system. Maybe not as good as the OC. They're going to lose players. They're going to lose coaches. It happens to every champion, man. We saw it with Philly. Once you win, people want your players. People want your coaches. Milton Williams was a backup defensive tackle for us. Went and got the highest guaranteed money from Patriots player as a backup for Philly, but a Super Bowl champion who played well, got his money. Now he's premier D tackle. It just shows there's so much depth and so much hidden talent on Super Bowl teams. I think they draft well enough to compensate for what they lose, but I don't see it happening again, man. Going back to back is hard. Maybe 2 in 4 years, 2 in 5 years, but the league is so talented. Like you said, you got Mahomes, he's a threat every year. You got Lamar who wants to get one. Josh, people say he should get one. I don't think he should get one, but he might get one sometime soon here if he can stop turning the ball over. The Patriots are still young. Yeah, he didn't do it this year. It's not going to happen, man. But that's a whole nother. I'm about to go on a tangent about Josh Allen, but yeah, my boys in Philly coming back. Jalen Hurts is going to look good. Jaden Daniels gets healthy. Redskins could be scary again. The Cowboys think it's their year every year. The Packers had a good team. The Bears are getting better. Matt Stafford might be on a retirement tour trying to get one more before he goes out. The league is just so dense. It has so much talent. It's hard to see anybody go back to back. I will see they're built for it, though. They definitely have the depth. They draft well enough. So we'll see them make another playoff run, hopefully.
Yeah. And to piggyback off you guys, neither one of these teams are going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, like I said, it was by far the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen, being a basketball guy. And one of the things I would say is that when you're in the Super Bowl, it's the two best teams, right? Now, were they two best teams? Yeah, they beat other teams to get there. But I didn't see any like future, okay, this is the team for the future. I wasn't blown away on neither side. Could we be proved wrong? Yes. But as far as what we've seen from Drake May and what we've seen from Seattle, just being the better team, I think that was just it. Because I think if Seattle played against the Chiefs or the Eagles, or they would have gotten beat. I think a healthy Patrick Mahomes would have put 45 points on the board, at least 20 in the first half. Because we've seen them do it before, right?
Yeah.
So these teams doesn't tell me they'll be the top of their league next year, but we'll see, right? So when it comes to that, we'll transition to 2-minute warning, my favorite segment, right? 2-minute warning is what we do is we wrap up with the last 2 minutes asking guys questions about just thought process, but asking the man more of themselves about what they in their sports room of what they know, right? So I'm gonna start with you, Mike.
Let's do it.
Entrepreneur, businessman, into sports. I think we had this conversation earlier, man. Like when it comes to business and when it comes to sports, who are some of the influential guys, athletes that kind of you looked at as inspiration of what you do today?
I think the first one for sure is definitely Kobe. Like, I mean, outside of like just him being on the court, winning 5 championships, Kobe's mindset with me still sticks with me today. Like his ability, his work ethic, waking up at 4 a.m., working out, putting the right things in his body, working out multiple times a day. I can look at his life and be like, okay, he was an example of hard work, getting it done day in, day out. And then for that to translate into his business life too as well, I really connect with that. Can't leave out Shaq. Shaq has a crazy business portfolio, from franchises, stock investments, you name it, real estate. Like he has a crazy investment portfolio that you just cannot deny. You got to put Braun in there because he's a billionaire. Although he's not hands-on with a lot of his stuff, he's a billionaire. And I mean, that stands for something, with a B behind your name. That stands for something. And then I'm gonna go these two. They may have had like a high school career, but not a college career. I'm gonna go Rich Paul, and then I'm gonna go Mark Cuban. For my last two. Mark Cuban, for me, is the fact that he can own the Mavericks and still sit front row with casual wear, going hard for his team, having to be put out, talking crazy to the refs. That for me is like, dang, okay, you can look like a regular person, have a crazy ton of money, and still just live your life, just owning the team and just enjoying the game. And then Rich Paul, because everybody can't be LeBron, but everybody needs a Rich Paul. And so to see what he's done over the years, not only with like LeBron, meeting LeBron and then expanding business outside of LeBron. LeBron ain't do that. The hustler and Rich Paul did that. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes we don't give Rich Paul credit because he had LeBron. But no, what about Anthony Davis? What about Draymond Green? What about all the other sports that he's now ventured into? Like, what about his company as a whole now? I think he's gone international. He got to deal with New Balance. What? Come on. And to not take the traditional route? Come on, man. That's my people right there, though. That's my.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. There's so many guys to pull from in sports, and I think that's what helps peel for the next generation of guys like ourselves that want that, and to see that example. You know what I mean? Because sports and business go together. If you think about it, we don't really know anybody who, if you're good at sports, you use that cachet, that credibility to do business. Why would you not?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just like you, Mike. A lot of those guys, there's more than name. We can talk for a whole hour on this thing.
Sure.
Eves, my question to you, brother, is that the Super Bowl. Now, there's a lot of Super Bowls. I think this by far at the low is probably the worst Super Bowl. We've seen better Super Bowls. We know that. I would say this. Give me your top 3 best performance Super Bowls you've seen all time. Now, you haven't seen them all, but give me the top 3 you've seen, and I'm sure you'll include Philly in there at some.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible.
I know.
Actually, to show I'm unbiased, to show I'm a real sports, philanthropist. We're gonna start with Tom Brady against the Eagles, the one he lost though. We're gonna go back a little trip in time. Brady had 500 yards that game, 505, I believe, 505. I think he completed 43 passes, a couple touchdowns. He did drop an important one, but Brady had an amazing game. Best Super Bowl performance I saw all times. Now on to the important ones. Second most important Super Bowl game was Nick Foles, when he beat Tom Brady, man. The Philly special, the way he kind of came in as an underdog.
It's a good one.
Galvanized the troops when we lost Carson Wentz. Nobody believed him. Nobody in Philly, our media, nobody believed in Nick Foles, man. They wrote us off. Even I did, man. I remember watching that game when he dove in against the Rams and tore his ACL. The season's done. That's it. So for Nick Foles to come in, being doubted, he got ran out of Philly his first time around. So just come back to the team that you started with. You had a great career. You kind of fell out of favor with. You came back in as the hometown hero and won us that game against the GOAT, man. That was an amazing game for Nick Foles. And then most recently, I think Jalen Hurts. But actually in his loss to Kansas City, I think that was one of the best games I've seen in a loss. I think Jalen Hurts showed that while he's the top 5 quarterback in the league, he showed he has poise and control over the situation. We've seen this since his days in Alabama, his days in Oklahoma. It's never a situation where you feel okay, it's too much for him. He doesn't seem flustered. He doesn't seem frustrated. Even with that PI that called him Bradbury, Cole Hardman touchdown, just the big special teams plays. The big special teams plays by Kansas City. You never saw Jalen get flustered. He has in the game the entire time. His stats spoke for themselves. I do think those are the 3 best games I've personally seen myself for Super Bowl performances. But actually, man, honorable mention, last night, Gonzo had a heck of a game, man. 3 deflections, a couple near interceptions. He locked down JSN, the best receiver, the best offensive player of the year, according to his peers. He won the award. You can't take that away from him. And Gonzo took him away, man. The whole left side of the field was empty for Seattle. I think if they would have won that game, he could have been in MVP conversations. I know it's unprecedented for a DB to win that, but when you take away the whole side of the field,
yeah,
hey, man, it's a heck of a game.
I got a good 3 too, but you asked him about you. When you asked him that question, I instantly thought about Giants versus the Patriots, when the receiver caught the ball, like, let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers versus Arizona, back of the end zone touchdown, Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, anyone Mahomes was in.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
First two for sure, though. First two for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's a lot more out there, but no, I agree. Those are the top ones. But those Super Bowls, you saw them winning multiple, right? There was a big difference in those Super Bowl games and what we saw on Sunday night.
For sure.
Right. So it's perspective. But other than that, fellas, that's episode 3. Until next time, guys, we out.
Peace.